Howdy, homesteaders. Well, this is about as real as it gets for us. I literally washed my hands so that I didn't ruin my phone, and I had to grab a paper towel to wipe the water off well enough so that you guys could see. But this is it. As you can see, we earned it today just a little bit. Hang on, there we go. So we put in 2 raised beds. Let's take a little walk around while the wife gets them planted. So this is the first one because I totally underestimated the amount of soil we need. We got one done perfectly and one not. So this is the one that's done, but it gives you guys a nice little side-by-side. We can see. So here's what it looks like without the soil. And let me try to talk like this. Basically what we did here is Hugelkultur. It's a Swedish, Finnish, Norwegian, the Scandinavian-esque technique. Basically you encapsulate in a mound of dirt various sizes of logs and other woody material that will then slowly decompose, releasing nutrients into the soil, nourishing the plants, holding water, and overall it's just like one of those win-win-win techniques. In the case of this, you can actually make a raised bed with far less soil than you would need because you fill up like half of the bed with woody material first, and then you just do a solid like 6 inches or so of soil. So let's take a closer look. So this is what we've got going on, and you can see through there, it's just a consecutive layer. It starts with larger material, logs effectively, to smaller branches, and then to fresh green pine boughs. The pine needles in the smaller branches act like kind of a mat, so then when you add the dirt, it all sits on top. It doesn't fall right down through. One of the benefits to doing this, or excuse me, I should say, the best material to use in order, you want to use more rotted logs than not. If you drop a tree and then throw it right under here, it's going to take a few years to start rotting and really get those effects. If you have one of those ones that's like really spongy, it's already soaked up a bunch of moisture, it's halfway decomposed already, those are absolutely fantastic. With that in mind, softwood tends to work better than hardwoods just because it decomposes quicker. There's the whole myth about, well, pine has so much nitrogen in it, etc., negligible after it all decomposes, etc., and whatnot. So, but everything we used, we retrieved these logs off some of the land around us. They were cut and stacked many, many years ago, so they were rotten and not really good for anything else. The siding here, sorry, I'm all kind of discombobulated. This siding here, right there, that stuff, is what we would call scabs. You can actually see that big pile of them there. It comes with the territory when you run a sawmill like we do. So for the cost of a few nails, because we nailed this thing together, didn't even use galvanized nails. Screw it, we use Brights, interior nails. If it lasts for 2 years, we're happy with it, because this is just the cabin site, this isn't the home site. But we'll talk a little bit about the plants that we've got. Lovely. Do you want to explain what kind of plants we have?
Yes, so we have our gourds over here, kind of placing them so I figure they can grow up. These guys at least latch on to something. If they don't want to, then I'll, stick stakes in them so they have something to wind up, start growing on. So place them on this side. I have all my hot peppers. Maybe get some nice color going, attract some butterflies, dragonflies, who knows what else, but get my peppers in the middle.
Sorry for the shaky camera.
So I have some snacking peppers, got 2 of those guys, so just kind of snack and go. Nice little easy meal when you're out on the homestead. Pop a couple in your mouth and you're good to go. Then a couple hot peppers from the south. Gotta have my hot peppers. These are just the ones that I got from the store at the moment. I will be planting seeds once we get some more soil in these other 2 beds, including the herb garden back that way. But for now, we got some big boy tomatoes, we got some cherry tomatoes, hot peppers, lunchbox peppers, watermelon, zucchini squash, butternut squash, and yellow.
So there you go, a little bit of diversity. Just to round it out, so because some people always like to know all the nitty-gritty details, these are 4 foot by 8 foot. They are approximately 12 or 16 inches tall. You can do the math to figure out the volume. I don't care. We used 30 bags total. They were 40-pound bags, so 30 40-pound bags, 10 each, 10 topsoil, 10 cow manure, and 10 potting soil. In that order, lowest to top, so the top layer right here is that nice potting soil. Then you've got cow manure, then you've got topsoil underneath, and then all your woody material and everything that'll start breaking down. So Like I said, if we get a couple years out of these, this will be it. When we make our bigger ones at the proper home site, we'll use like black locust and stuff like that, probably metal brackets and screws and legs, and really build them properly. This took an hour and a half, 2 hours, and it cost, actually it took like 5 hours start to finish, because we had to build sawhorses before we could start making this. One of those homesteady things, you know, you got to do this before you can do that, before you can do that final thing, before you can actually start what you need to do. So yeah, every time. So with that being said, we're going to get to, well, I don't know, probably go take a dip in the creek to wash off because we're filthy. But it's a really nice day for making raised beds when it's rainy as shit like this. So anyway, homesteaders, you have a good one. We'll talk to you later.